Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session where we are talking about personal branding. How do you become memorable so that you get hired? So, personal branding for job seekers, that will be the topic of today's discussion. And I'm really happy that you found the time to be able to join me and engage in this conversation. I'm really excited. So, let me just cut in and say, take a moment, let me know you can see me, you can hear me, and I'll be able to start off. If you're watching the replay, probably you might just want to skip the next 5 minutes as we welcome everyone and we get started. So, remind everybody, your friends, everyone, wherever you are, let me know in the comments that you are here with me live and you are ready to learn about how you can be able to build your own personal brand. And this conversation is going to be quite insightful. So wherever you are, let me know in the chat. Let me just comment here and ask, are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, let me know in the comments that you're ready. Yeah. And you can see me, you can hear me. Everything is okay. And as we do that, I'll take a moment here just to play a clip for a minute as we wait for everyone else to be able to join me. Just yeah, I'm seeing. A few months ago, I was desperately looking for a job. I had sent out a dozen of CVs, but I was not getting any response. I felt discouraged and lost. That's when I stumbled upon ChatGPT, an AI language model that can help with career-related advice. So the first thing I did, I searched how to get a job using ChatGPT, and the results were a bit breathtaking, but this was the first line I got from them. As an AI language model, ChatGPT cannot directly help you get a job. I said, what? You mean you can't help me get a job? But then I continued reading and they told me, however, I can offer some suggestions and resources that might be helpful to your job search. Now they got my interest. The first thing I did was to ask ChatGPT to review my CV. It analyzed my CV and suggested some changes. It gave me tips on how to make my CV more targeted and relevant to the job I was applying for. ChatGPT also helped me to rephrase some of my job description, making them sound more impressive and relevant. The next thing, ChatGPT helped me research job market. It gave me advice on some of the job listings and how to prepare for interviews. It suggested some professional organization and networking event that might be helpful for me. And this was the game changer. With the help of ChatGPT, I was able to find some job listing that interested me. I applied for these jobs. I was called for an interview and I was able to get a lot of help in terms of how to prepare when going for this interview. It provided me with some common interview questions and they helped me to craft a very impressive response. This gave me an opportunity to do a mock interview and I was able to get feedback on my performance. And finally, and I think this is something I hadn't thought of when I was thinking about just looking for a job. Finally, ChatGPT suggested some online courses and resources that would enhance my CV and make me more attractive to employers. With this guidance, I was able to learn new skills and add them onto my CV. I was able to land my dream job. If you are struggling looking for a job, I would highly suggest you try ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is just an AI. All these services are provided by CareerPoint Solutions. Just go to careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. There you get an opportunity to submit your CV for review. They will give you the suggestions that you need to be able to write a professional CV. They will also guide you on interview coaching. And I can tell you, the online courses they have on their platform help you get jobs with the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. I would say more. Or just head over to CareerPoint, enlightening.co.ke. I'll put a link in the description of this video or somewhere up here. See you there. Yeah, so I was just trying to get everybody here on board, reminding them that we're here live and the session is ongoing. So without further ado, I think I'll get started and say, where's this presentation? Oh, there we go. So today we are here to talk about a personal brand. How do you build a personal brand? How to differentiate yourself in the job market. What I'm going to cover, number one, I'll discuss with you the foundations of personal branding. Then we'll take a look at the 7 steps to create your personal brand. And the last day, towards the end, we'll talk about 5 practical tips and action steps that you can take right away. Before I even continue, I just want to confirm, if you can see me, you can hear me, please let me know before I continue. Yeah, let me just check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me check with you. If you can hear me, just comment and say yes, you can hear me. Also, I'm trying to see if I can get everybody here on board. Where are we? Yeah, just to tell people that we are here live and things are working out here. So I'll be waiting for, let me just wait to see your response here. Yeah, so that, sometimes I get started, I am not so sure if you can see me, you can hear me, and later on we leave you behind, and I don't want that. Yeah, for today. So let me just check here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Just can you hear me? That is what I'm trying to check you, if you can. Oh, I guess you can. Ah, good. Thank you very much for your feedback. I read already. You can say you can hear me. Oh, at least I got some feedback. I think then I can be able to proceed. Let me just unmute here and continue. Good stuff. Felix, I can see you also there saying yes. You can see me. You can hear me. This is good. Yeah, loud and clear. I think there was a bit of some delay back there. So let's get then started. As I was saying, today I'm going to cover the 3 things. Number one, the personal branding foundations. I'll talk about the 7 steps to creating your personal brand, and then I'll give you 5 practical tips and action steps that you can be able to take. I also want to start by saying that I came across this quote, and it was quite interesting and insightful, that accept no one's definition of your life, define yourself. And as you will see, when we're talking about personal branding, it is more about the perception of others about you, but you shouldn't let what other people think about you define you, but you should define yourself. And based on what you are defining yourself as, then that will give them or others a way of defining you. So you are the person who is in charge and in control. For those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, maybe just a quick introduction. My name is Daniel Butuku, the founder of Career Point Solutions, and I'm also an author of several books. That might not be the topic for today, but you can get any of this book free of charge if you want. I'll put the link later on as we proceed. Our mission here at Career Point Solutions is to make people employable and to increase their earning potential. And every time you engage with us, every time anything that we do, even having this session here, is to try and help people to be more employable and to increase their earning potential. Let's start by asking ourselves, why is personal branding important? Why does it matter? I'll say in today's world, everyone is a brand. Initially or previously, we would let the idea of branding be about businesses and organizations. But in today's world, everyone is a brand. You are a brand. I am a brand. And it is being deliberate about how you want yourself to be known. Success depends on getting others to recognize your value. It is not just being valuable as an individual, it's not just being skillful and being able to provide value to an organization, but do the other people, do your colleagues, does your boss know about the value that you're bringing in? That is why branding, personal branding comes in very handy, because you're being deliberate in terms of making sure that others know about your value. And we know that if they know the value, recognize the value that you're bringing in, then you are on your way to be successful in your career. Let's try and then answer the question: what is a personal brand? And the best definition I've come across so far is that a personal brand is the total sum of how you are perceived, and the keyword is perceived, by those who experience you. Now, this includes your colleagues, your boss, your employees, your clients, your friends, your family, you name them. How they experience you, when they experience you, how do they perceive you? That is your personal brand. And when we talk about personal brand, it is important for you to think about crafting and expressing your unique value proposition. When it comes to branding or personal brand, yeah, we might be known for many things, but ask yourself, what is that one thing that makes me unique? Or what is the unique value proposition that when I engage with people, that is what they get? And then the other aspect of personal branding is being intentional and strategic. It is not just being wishful and hopeful, or things just fall in place accidentally. It is when you are intentional and strategic about it. That's when it becomes personal branding. And we will see the difference here between reputation and personal brand. You see, reputation, everyone has a reputation. It is shaped by the first impressions, relationships with colleagues, and your communication style. It's how others perceive you based on your action. But on the flip side, in addition to that, when we talk about personal branding, unlike reputation, your personal brand is deliberate. It is the image you intentionally create. It reflects how you want people to perceive you, your unique value proposition. And as we started, that is why I talked about the concept of you being deliberate about it and being strategic about what kind of brand you build about yourself and your skills and your value and what you're bringing on board. So let's look at the 7 steps that you would need to create a very strong personal brand. And you might be maybe a few steps ahead. Maybe you have done some of them, maybe you haven't, but I want you to listen through and think through some of these steps and see how can you maybe redo or start afresh and be very deliberate. Now, the first bit when it comes to personal branding, it is to define your purpose. Explore your mission, your passion, and your strengths. It is you understanding what you are here for. Consider whom you want to make a difference to and how. Now, a personal brand, it's not necessarily based on what others think of you or what others feel about you, but it starts by you being very deliberate and asking yourself, what is your mission? What are you passionate about? What are some of the things that you enjoy doing? What is it that you would want to be known for? Where can you make a difference? How would you want to make a difference? And there's some aspect of you first understanding what is your purpose. And I know sometimes that is a lifelong question that we all ask ourselves. And yeah, sometimes we know our purpose, sometimes we don't know, we get confused, but it's okay. It starts by you trying to understand. You know, also purpose changes with time and with experience and in what season you are in. But at this point, if you were to build that brand, what would you say is your purpose? What would you want to be known for? Then the second thing that I would suggest is to audit your personal brand. Having said, I want to be known as someone who helps in this space. I want to be known as someone who is really skilled when it comes to career coaching. I want to be known as someone who is an expert in customer service. I want to be known as someone who is very passionate about maybe the elderly or the sick, the disabled, and such. Yeah. Do an audit and ask yourself, what are the credentials that I have to enable me propagate this brand? Do a catalog of your credentials. There you might include your certifications, your qualifications, your education, your work, the workshops that you have done, online courses, all that. What really gives you the credibility to be seen as an expert in that area? Conduct a self-assessment. Yeah, there are different types of assessments that you can do. More formal assessments, some are informal, like even personality assessment, temperament assessment, just to understand who you are and what you're able to do. Then research how others perceive you. Now you're just trying to understand where are you at based on this is my purpose, this is what I want to be known for, and how are people perceiving me. You can just do a simple questionnaire, ask your friends, what do you think of me, ask your colleagues, ask people who will give you an objective feedback. Just create a simple Google form, tell them, I really appreciate if you can just give me feedback on the following areas. Just answer the questions as freely and frankly as you can. That would be a simple step in trying to do a research of how people perceive you. We go to step number 3, and now you have known what people know or think about you. You're done your assessment. Start constructing your narrative. Remember, we are saying that you are the one who is in charge. Yeah. So the first thing would be identify memorable, resonant stories that convey your brand. You know, we are a species that thrive in storytelling. Ask yourself, what are some of the stories from my background, from my experiences, that really resonate with this kind of brand that I want to project? And then start sharing these stories. Start making known these stories, and they should be very memorable. Now, as you do that, next step would be to embody your brand. Yeah. And here it is being very careful and paying attention to the message you send in every social interaction. Like when you go to a meeting, you send a lot of information or messages from number one, what you say, how you talk. So there are the words you use. Then we have the how you say it, also very important, how you interact with others, how you support others, how you interject, and be very careful. Is the way I'm interacting with people supporting my brand? Because you want whatever you say or whatever you want to project to be aligned with what you the brand that you want to push out there. Is that okay? Then once you have done that, the fifth step will be to communicate your brand. People will not know what you want to share with them unless you put it out there. And there are so many opportunities for you to communicate your brand. The biggest one being social media. What kind of post do you put out there? On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Use speeches if you're in a position to be able to give a speech. Use that to communicate your brand. You might think, a press, how do I do press? Yeah, if you are in a leadership position and you have an opportunity to have press, an opportunity to talk to the press, please do that. But there are so many other channels, like mainly your social media platform. If you have a website, if you have kind of even a following or social gathering at home, in church, community, in your can I say your neighborhood around there, you get an opportunity to talk to people, communicate your brand. And the sixth point is to get influential people to share your story. Now, there's much you can do in terms of pushing your story, but you can use other influential people to share your stories. And when I talk about influential people, I'm not talking about influencers, especially in this age of social media where you need an influencer, someone who is famous, someone who is known for this. No, in your workplace, you can have even your HOD, the person who is your line manager, your colleagues, someone who is influential in that circle, sharing your story. It is one thing about talking about yourself, and it is another when people are talking about you. So think about, can I get an opportunity for people to share about my story? And finally, the final step would be to reevaluate and adjust your brand. Conduct an annual audit to identify what are the deficits and the strengths of your brand. What would you say is something that you have really done well in the last 12 months trying to propagate your brand? And what are some of the areas that maybe were lacking? How can I build up on that? What are the areas that I really did well? How can I double down on that? Always doing an evaluation and audit, it's important so that you know if you're moving towards the right direction or the wrong direction. And it doesn't need to be again annually. Even you can say after 6 months, at least that is long enough for you to see what is happening and if you're having any impact. Is that okay? So let me check if you have any questions. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop that in the chat and I'll be able to get to it. Let me see what we have here in the comments. I think still people commenting saying that you can hear CB loud and clear. Thank you very much. I think we're the right good. So this is a quick, straightforward kind of presentation, and let me just jump to the last bit, which is about what are some action steps that you can take, and I'm sure within a short period of time we'll be out of this place. Yeah. So what are the practical tips and actions that you can be able to take? Now, these are just suggestions, but I would really want you to take time and ask yourself, can I create time to do this? First thing, or my first suggestion, is to identify your unique proposition, value proposition. Yeah, we say that is the first step in trying to build your brand. So take a moment, probably a day off, or even an afternoon, or an hour, or even 10 minutes tomorrow, and ask yourself, what really sets me apart? I want you to define that clearly and write it down. If you can be able to narrow it down to a sentence or two, that would be great. And even better still, by the way, you can text me, you can WhatsApp me and say, yeah, by the way, I really did take the action very seriously. And I say, this is my value proposition. What do you think? Actually, I can put my WhatsApp number right here. Where is it? There we go. When you get a moment, yeah, you can be able to, maybe in the course of this week. By the way, I don't want this to be again a lifetime kind of offer. If you're able to do it within this week, that is, tomorrow is Friday and Saturday, Sunday. Try to take time, 10, 15, 1 hour, whatever you did. Write your unique value proposition, text me, and we can have that one-on-one conversation. Or I can even give you a call. We can still chat and try to help you refine it. Yeah. So these are offer for those people who are here with me live for the next 3 days. Please do that. Yeah, because I really want to support you and to make sure that you get the most. Yeah. Moving on, another action step that I think would be of value to you would be optimize your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is one of the biggest resource when it comes to personal branding and job search, but also one of the most underutilized platform. Can you go to your LinkedIn profile and showcase your skills, your experience, and your personal brand? If someone was to just bump into your LinkedIn profile, what would they see? What perception would they have about you? And by the way, this is another exercise I would want you to do. I want you to Google yourself. Just type your name. Like me, I would do Daniel Mutuku. And I can assure you, most of the time, the number one result that you'll have will be your LinkedIn profile. And what does your LinkedIn profile shows about you? Imagine you go in an event, or you meet with someone, or someone is introduced to you, or someone hears your name and they say, oh, who? Jane, John, Paul, or let me pick some names here. Oh, there's Mark. They will go and Google Mark and they find your LinkedIn profile. What would they say about you? What perceptions will they get when they see your LinkedIn profile? That is something I'd want you to take some action and at least optimize your LinkedIn profile. And that is one of the services that we also have. I'll talk about the guide that I can share with you. Then the other practical tip that you can do is to network purposefully. I want you to be very intentional and say, I'm going to attend events, industry events, and connect with influencers and other people in my space. There are many events that take place. There are many events that do take place. And I really want you to even focus not on the online events, even physical events. This is one of the pro tips that you can. There's a level of networking you can have when you are in a physical event that cannot take place in a live or an online event, just like this. Yeah, I'm here presenting to you. We have several of you as audience, but probably you might not interact as you would if it was a physical event. Then another practical tip I want you to do is to create and share content. Don't think about sharing content as something that is out there for companies and organizations only. You can create a blog post. You can start writing articles for free on LinkedIn. You can create a video and have a YouTube channel, yeah, just like mine, and demonstrate your expertise in your space. Don't think that these are things that are outside your reach. There are so many free resources that are out there and are opportunities for you to start sharing your content. On LinkedIn, what kind of post do you put there? Do you put your mind across? Do you share your unique value proposition? Do you share your stories, those stories that really demonstrate your expertise? Think about that. Maybe open a channel. LinkedIn gives you an opportunity to do the post, the articles, and also you can upload videos there, but the best video platform would be YouTube. Then monitor your brand. Once you have done all this, regularly assess and adjust based on feedback. What do you hear people telling you? Are you doing a good job? What areas you do improve on? I do get this feedback also, and I do take it very seriously. And I would want you to equally do that. And I think those are the 5 suggestions that I had. Your personal brand is your competitive edge. If you want to be successful, if you want to stand out, take time to build your personal brand, because that will be your competitive edge. That is what will make you stand out from the rest of others or job seekers just like you for an opportunity that you are looking out for. Are we good so far? Are we good? Let me check if we are good. Hi Dan, I would love to connect with you. I will get back to you immediately. Thank you very much, Jed. Just drop me a text or you can call me tomorrow during the day. That will be good. Now we come in also and we help you try to create your personal brand, and some of the services that we do offer include professional CV writing, cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. Actually, we give you a guide that will help you create and optimize your LinkedIn profile, and we also help in interview coaching. If you have an upcoming interview, feel free to reach to us. First of all, you can send your CV for a free review, and then from there we can be able to let you know how then can we write for you a professional CV. If your CV is good, we will tell you it's good. If it needs work, then you will need to put in some work. There's some cost now to the professional CV writing, but to send the CV for free review, that will be careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. And if you have done this reviews, but let me just showcase this, yeah. And I think it is important. This is a message I got on Saturday, yeah. Someone saying, "Hey Daniel, can you believe it? After such a long time without being called for an interview, just got a call yesterday insisting that they want to interview me. The manager clearly told me that they were already finished. The manager clearly told me that they were already finished with interviews with other candidates, and then boom, they received my CV on Wednesday or Thursday, which you crafted for me. I am meeting them on Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much, Daniel, and your team." Oh, so this is a message I got on WhatsApp, I think 2 weeks back. Yeah, and this is a gentleman who we had written their CV. They saw a position and said, even if it is passed, I'll still send my CV. He sent the CV. He was called for the interview. Then this week, yeah, last week, he sent me this message telling me, "Look, I already got the job." So this is a screenshot of a letter of offer saying that they are offering a new ammonia position at Cooling Solutions Africa. I am pleased. Let me just it is with please that we offer you the following position at as ammonia technician at Cooling SA. Salary breakdown. So yeah, the gentleman was able to actually get a job even after sending it later on. Yeah. Here's another testimonial. "Hey Daniel, wow, thanks for revamp of my CV. Guess what? I am doing an interview this Thursday in my dream international organization. I just sent my application and pop, I got an interview mail. Thank you so big. God bless." Yeah, you can see these are kind of messages that I do get when we help you with a professional CV. So don't stay there. Send me your CV for a review. And if and I say this is a special offer that I normally give. If you're here with me live, we can give you the professional CV, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching for only 2,999 Kenya shillings. If you're there, just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Just take that action, step of faith today. Submit your CV for review, or let's give us an opportunity to write for you a professional CV, and you'll see the difference when it comes to the results. Or if you have already done your CV and you want to go to the next level, I know Alexander Moredi, you are here. You signed up for the Career Jumpstart coaching program, and I think we talked, is it last week or today? And I told you, yeah, you can be able, you wanted to continue. Something happened. But yes, if you were there and you want to go to the next level of your career, I would highly encourage you to join the Career Jumpstart coaching program. Because here, by the end of this program, I can assure you, you will be able to get clarity on your career goal, and we will help you create a plan on how to achieve these career goals. We will help you identify and overcome any obstacles that may be holding you back. We help you develop strategies for networking. You see, we have talked about networking being very important also when it comes to personal branding, yeah, and building professional relationships. We will help you increase your awareness and understanding when it comes to your strengths and area of improvement. Because we believe when you get a job within your area of genius or area of your strength, chances of you succeeding is very high. And then we're able to take a moment and share with you. Oh, I think this one, let me move here. I'm back. I guess some challenges with the network right here. And where did I leave? I guess I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about the Career Jumpstart Coaching Program, where we also help you increase your self awareness and understanding of your strengths and areas you can be able to improve on. And the most important thing is now when we are able to get to have the one on one coaching call with you. Yeah. Yeah. So we're able to have a one on one coaching call with you. And here we're able to help you to provide you with accountability, support, and to help you stay motivated and on track. So it is a special offer for all of you who want to join the Career Jumpstart Coaching Program. It's only 4,999. You get the career coaching, you get the CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and also interview coaching. If you're here with Be Live, you can just go to Lipa M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Is that okay? And I think that is where I would want to stop for today. You can join our WhatsApp group. Just go to careerpoint.co.ke/WhatsApp. You can also head over to careerpoint.co.ke Telegram/Telegram, yeah, and join our Telegram community there. Otherwise, if there are no questions, let me give you a minute to check if there is any question. I don't think there are any questions. I'll give you a minute, post it your question, and if there is none, then we can be able to call it a day. Is that okay? Any question? We are good to go. So I guess for now I'll stop there, and until next time, I'm out.